Ooh. Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another live stream. Outrageous. That is right, people. I am back and I am quack. I am back and I am quack. How are you? I am fantastic and I am doing really well. Pardon me. How are you? Tell me how you are. Is everything okay? Everything is okay here. I'm a little tired, but you know, it's okay. Dropout, welcome. Saab Replay, how are you? Seppa Abdolly. Oh yes, I'm more than hyped to hear about the MFK aftermath. Well, there's not much news, to be honest. I haven't heard anything back from Harrods yet, but I will be chasing that up. I'm not having a bottle that's already been sprayed. Fuck that. They can kiss my bum. My extremely white bot. Oh. I think I've got 3, maybe 4 Coeur de Jean now. Good evening, Dushan, Phil Stevens, Christina, DJ, Paroli, Juro, MJ, Alicia, the Scent Reaper, welcome. I see you have just released a video, apologies. Paroli says, do you think it's fake? Do I think what's fake? The MFK? I bought it from Harrods, man. If Harrods are selling fake perfumes, then we're all fucked. If Harrods are selling fake perfumes, right, then we've all got fake perfumes. You have to question every scent you've ever bought. If Harrods are selling fake perfumes, everybody who's ever bought a fragrance now has a question mark over that fragrance. They cannot be selling fake perfume. There's just no way. There's just no way. Finished my Lamat sample today. Really nice one, but don't think I need a full bottle, says Juro. Divine is not wearing a scent of the day still. Christina says, you got to get tanned. I am white. I am pale. I'm pale as all fuck. Good afternoon, Manginosis. Supply and Demand is wearing blue talisman. It's what heaven smells like. Seriously. How do you know what heaven smells like? Hello, Pat Lester. Yes, your bum needs sun. It certainly does. Who's saying what is fake? If it's a return, it's always possible. Maybe I'm just paranoid. No, I will be returning it. I'll be the one returning it. They haven't sold me a return. I am the one who will be returning it, you know? Breaking news, the Middle Easterners have purchased Harrods, says Phil. They've bought Harrods, they've owned Harrods for years. They've owned Harrods for absolutely years, like. Who owns them? Qatar. It's Qatar Investments. That's who owns them. And they have done for some time. Breaking news. Good evening, Seppa. You are wearing Toto Hermes EDT. Welcome, Oris. Scent Reaper is wearing Sung Om. Alicia is wearing Overture Woman. Imagine you get to Heaven Rich and it smells of amber woods. Fuming. Fuming I'd be. Absolutely raging. So clean and heavenly. Today I wore, I'll show you what I wore. It's not that. I wore this. Gucci Nobile, a green fougere. Good grief. Absolutely lovely. I was gonna ask Dura Rose if he wanted to come on tonight, but he would have just said no. I should have got in touch with Fliss and asked Fliss if she wanted to join us. Do the incense thing, but man pulls out a unicorn like it's the most casual thing. Scent of the day, very much enjoyed it. Got this bottle courtesy of Anuj. I have seen this on eBay today because I had a look. £375. Don't buy that. Don't pay £375 for this fragrance. It's not worth it. Although it was a 120ml bottle, it's still not worth £375. You know? Excuse me, I've got a cough. Ducks fly together. Scent of the day is number 19. Scent of the number 19. I'm wearing Opium Pour Homme and my new Fern perfume. How do you find the Opium Pour Homme? I have Eau de Gentiane Blanche coming tomorrow, says Paroli. How's that strike you? How is it? I'm trying to convince Dura Rose to pop over and say hello. Pradeep today did the world's first video on Paddock by Hermes. Hopefully I will be able to do that video soon. Well, it won't be the world's first, but I googled Reflets d'Ombre today by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. So Reflets d'Ombre, I am the first result on Google. That is the first, last, and only time I will ever be first on YouTube. On fucking, Google. That's not an achievement at all, but I'm taking it as one, and I'm going to celebrate. So I thought, fuck it, we'll do it live. I have a mini of Gucci Nobile hiding in my wardrobe. What's it doing there? I'm just enjoying my Sahara Noir sample. It's even better than Bois d'Anson. I like the Galangal and Tolu in the Opium Pour Homme. My friend just texted me saying she loves crumpets. I love crumpets too. Most dreamy. Dreamy. I'm supposed to be meeting this friend tomorrow. Maybe that is why she has texted. Zuckerberg personally ranked the duck. He doesn't own Google, does he? Google's like this kind of hive mind thing. I don't think anybody owns it. Well, somebody owns it, obviously, but it's this kind of... It's not one person that owns it. Welcome, Pradeep. Pradeep, I have just been discussing your review today of Paddock, of which I shall now put the link in the chat. If you do not know, Pradeep makes fragrance reviews, very good fragrance reviews. Me and Jonathan were talking about how fucking brilliant they are. Like, don't tell him though. It's only got 96 views. I sent that to about fucking 5 people. So 5 of those views are from me bullying people into watching it. Where is it there? Oh, fuck me. What am I doing, man? There we go. Okay, so Pradeep should be able to put the link in himself because he's got a wrench. But, oh, sorry, I'm using the Cavonia. Got a bit of a pain at the back of my throat, and if I use the Cavonia, sort it out straight away. So I reckon I'm fighting something lurking deep within. Laura G has a bad chest infection. Bless her, she's not in a good way. Pardon me. Clearly it's catching over the ether. Eau de Gentian Blanche is apparently discontinued. Love it when it's warm. It's a bit of green aloof scent. Speaking of which, I want to be wearing my Cristal. Is this 19 or Cristal? I think I'm just going to throw this on. It's Cristal Eau de Toilette. I think I'm just going to throw that on tomorrow. You know? Got to praise Pradeep's edits. Yeah, Pradeep's fucking video quality surpassed mine like the first time he posted a video, frankly. Pradeep's videos are like the highest compliment I can pay is that they're like fragrance reviews from like before fragrance reviews turned to shit. They're like from the golden age. Pradeep's reviews would have fitted in the fragrance community at any point. You know what I mean? In the past. They are conspicuous by their quality now, which is just massively lacking in the fragrance community. We don't have good reviewers en masse anymore. I wore the 50ml Feeling Agile last night, and to me the current version seems denser in a good way. Excellent. Did Pradeep give Paddock the thumbs up? There's go and watch his video. I recommend it. I love crumpets as well, says Mangino says, I love crumpets. I had 3 last night because I'm a fucking walrus. Heard of the new brand called Anthology? Think you will like it. Cerebelle by Jean-Claude Elena. Not going to keep this fern, need the money for my Bell Arms savings account, says Horace. It's crazy that Tom Ford covered every genre and they did it so well. Mostly they have. Excuse me. That paddock is going nowhere, by the way. Somebody has put in the chat there that Scent Reaper has put in a seal. And look what arrived in my post today. It's my car. It was in my car. It was on the what was it on? It was on the rear view mirror. Used to hang. Now the rear view mirror is too big for it. You know what I mean? So you can't hang there anymore, can you? So he's in the house now. He used to like going in the car. He's a bit of a travelling seal. Where is my Fenbid gel? There you are. Rang up today and got in touch with the doctor and said, my feet are hurting once more because I am a Burke and I twiddle my toes to the point of injuring my tendons. Can I have some ibuprofen gel? And the doctor said, yeah, go on then. And we'll put it on repeat for you, Richard. So, I'm buzzing the Scent Reaper likes a seal. I'm a huge seal fan. The mint. I bet they smell dead fishy, though. You know? Something's fishy. But, evening all, I was just watching yesterday's stream by mistake, wondered what the fuck was going on. That was fantastic haul by Jonathan. Yes, it was. Jonathan's video was very nice. I put it on and fell asleep. Jonathan has one of those voices, you know. Let's have a look here. Want that Gucci Nobile? Many do. Pradeep is a great reviewer. He is. He's a fabulous reviewer. And I highly recommend going and checking out that link I posted. I saw that video earlier. Nice review. Sound like a weird fragrance, though. Don't think I'd want to smell like a horse. Well, it's got to be a lot better than what's knocking about at the minute. It's got to be better than some blue amberwood shite, you know? Generic white musk, airy crap shit. Aren't we all fighting something lurking deep within, really? Are you saying you need a shit? Thank you, everyone. You were all too kind. I hope Paddock will come to Canada. I can't see that happening. Fragrance review art, hats off. That's for the new Papillon have been announced. Yes, it's looking horsey. There's a lot of horseplay going on in the fragrance community at the minute. You know, lots of horse doing the rounds. Oh, Epona will be a sample for me. Yeah, I'll get some samples of that. Duck, paddock has some good amber woods, so beware. It's got fucking what? I hope it hasn't got amber woods, and I do hope you're joking there. I do hope you're joking, because I really don't like amber woods. I feel you, Rich. I feel like the walrus today after polishing and bags of crisps. Yes. Feeling rather heavy. Seal the gum, that's right. Seal the Singer. Epona is my recommendation to Liz Moores. Epona will be a sample for me. Duck, paddock has some good amber woods, so beware. I do hope that's a joke, Pradeep. It's a cruel joke if it is. Shaggy always reminds me of horse hay. Yeah, it's got a hay kind of thing going on. DJ hopes it's very horsey. Rebo is horsey too. I think Rebo is horsey, isn't it? I like any witch who makes perfume. Liz Moores defines witch. Massive jugs. Good Lord. Salt and vinegar are the only flavour that matters. So bitter. So bitter. My word. The bitterness. I got some McCoy salt and vinegar and I was shook by how vinegary they were. Vinegary. Yes. Big bergamot. Scent Reaper. Yeah, she's hot. She is. I can't believe she's in her 50s. It's immense. It's like fucking Liz Hurley and Jennifer Lopez. It's all genetics. Let's be honest. There are people I know in their 20s who look like they're fucking 70 years old. Like, they're in their 50s and they look like they're in their fucking 20s. It's good. Some well-done amber woods that I can take, but it's there after 6 hours. Oh, God. I'll have to sample it before I open the bottle. Ruby Collection was going to be trash without even smelling them, Divine, says DJ. As amongst the first to smell them, and I was so disappointed. This one was done by Antoine Lee, says DJ. Oh. Yes, there is my good luck seal. So, the origin of crumpets is Scotland. Yeah, it's fried. It's like a batter fried thing, so of course it's Scotland. You know what I mean? They'll fucking fry anything, them. Madness. Madness. Oh. Oh, dear me. What to wear tomorrow? What shall I wear tomorrow? Ooh, Ryan. Ryan with a Y. Do you still want to buy that Issei Miyagi? I've just seen it there. I've just seen it. And remembered you wanted to buy it. Gucci Nobile is fantastic. I'll say this, though. It bears more than a passing resemblance to Francesco Smalto Pour-Homme. They are similar. This isn't quite as leathery. Smalto Pour-Homme's got this kind of smoky, black Italian leather. Well, Ryan, when you are ready, send me the money. I will send you the perfume. Smalto Pour-Homme's got this kind of more leather, overt leather, smoke moss kind of vibe, you know. It's got this kind of... It's got the rosemary too. So's this. And the lavender. I just prefer Smalto, if I'm being honest, but this is fantastic. Rich, I asked yesterday about maceration because I'm 100% sure my Mer 55 sample was stronger than my bottle of it. So it could be that the bottle didn't get any airtime. Well, that's a possibility, but maceration takes place, and maceration takes place in the lab, in the vat, and it is something that is done for 2 weeks or more or less, and it is a controlled procedure by the fragrance company who produces it. If a fragrance company sells you a product and tells you that it needs to macerate in the bottle, right, they're bullshitting you. Any company that does it, the Duas, the Alexandrias, the fucking, I don't know, the fucking, any of the Middle Eastern houses, any of them. Maceration is something that should be done by them. They are selling you an unfinished product. They're lying. And it's a bit outrageous. It's a bit disgraceful. You know, what they're doing is they're blaming you, right, for their unfinished product. Oh, don't buy clones. That's the... that is the message I would provide. Don't buy clones, mate. So I got myself a relative vintage of Girl on Vetiver today. Same bottle as yours. Batch code indicates 2010. Sealed box. Nice. It could be 2000. It could be the year 2000, you know. This one, I think, is a... It's a 2002. This one is a... Oh, God, it's so good. It's so good. So it would take me years then to buy a vintage collection. So as Abdulaziz, beg your pardon, sorry. Abdulaziz Slammer. Welcome, and I apologise. It took me years to build my vintage collection. You know? Got to start somewhere. Got to start somewhere, mate. We all got to start at one point. And it's not easy. Oda Erica says her bottles maturate all the time. Frankly, you that the sun went round the fucking earth if she thought she could get away with it and it would make her fucking a bit of money. I think it's pretty clear by now she doesn't know what she's talking about. And that she will say anything. You know? As long as she's on those PR lists, that is my abiding memory of Erica. And she was on a stream once, and she said she had like hardly any followers, and she was trying to get people to subscribe to her. And she said, "Come on, guys, get me on those PR lists. Help me get onto those PR lists," or words to that effect. It was some concoction of those words. And I just thought to myself, you're a write-off. To be fair to her, right, she's said the quiet part out loud. You know? So at least she's upfront about that. But the fact is that I'm not taking any fragrance advice from her. None. Somebody was telling me today Curly Fragrances releasing a fragrance line that's going to be absolutely fucking abhorrent. I wouldn't mind smelling them so I can give my honest opinion. The fragrances were paid for by me, and all opinions are my own. A horrible mess. Patronising. Don't like being patronised. You know, you can open up as many buttons on your shirt as you want. I'm not listening to your fragrance opinions. Lane is wearing Egoist. Nice. Michael Andre, welcome to you. How are you? You are wearing modern Chorus. It's sound as fuck. The modern version's still brilliant. It really is. I thought the modern version. I thought about pulling my modern bottle out, but I've got my decant up there, which I may wear again this week. It was quite warm today. I was shocked. I forgot what that was like. Any alternative to that Gucci Smalt au Pour Homme? I'd send you a 30ml bottle, mate, but as we know, perfume comes in but doesn't get out. The content on boobs, because she's a big one. They are big melons, to be fair. You mean tax write-offs? TLTG said the exact same thing. I don't know if they're tax write-offs, getting free stuff, but I do not see any of those reviewers saying in their YouTube videos, like putting the little icon which says this is a sponsored video, which is what they are. They qualify all of their videos where they get free bottles should say this is a sponsored review, whether they give it a good review or not. It's not the point. It's a sponsored review. It's a legal requirement. It is payment in kind. 16 sprays is a good business model for a peak business. I would like to make perfume, says Horace. It is not easy. I have met her actually in real life. She is really friendly, but her fragrance is probably going to smell like Spice Bomb. I'm not saying they're bad people. You know, what they do, though, as far as being duplicitous, that's a different thing, you know, but I'm not saying that, like, they're evil people, you know. They might be very friendly, very nice, you know, but it's what they're doing is wrong. I define it as wrong, and when I am giving my opinion, I will say that I think it's wrong. And I do think that's wrong. And I have told her multiple times to try and taste, but she didn't like it. Well, that doesn't surprise us. Any alternative to that Gucci Smalt au Pour Homme? Exactly, I don't care how many buttons on his shirt like a Turin opens, I can think for myself, yes. I was looking at a top 100 fragrance influencers list. Mr. Smelly is above Thierry Vassa, someone called Mona Katam Elamin, number 1. Who? Never heard of her. Send me the link to that list. Send me the link to that list. I mean, they're going to be subjective lists anyway, do you know what I mean? I'm talking about curly fragrance. Yeah, Anna. I have Coro sprayed on my arm and I'm quite enjoying it, says Sant Reaper. It's fantastic. Fragrance. Oris says she has small breasts. Erica needs to make more baby-making fragrance videos if she wants those PR lists. They add nothing to the community. Like any of those influencers, they're just pushing what they've been sent for free and paid to review, you know? I have seen the emails. Rate lists and things, you know? You really want to partake in something like that? Rate lists. Their correspondence should be subpoenaed. which is what will happen if anybody sues at some point. Of course, Eric needs to make. I was going to wear a Cartier Roadster today, but it's pretty cold outside, so I wore Egoist instead. Nice. Welcome, Alan Hansen. A certain well-spoken YouTuber doesn't do that, despite never paying for his bottles. Yes, that's true. That is true. Giving lots of samples for free. You know? Not that they're samples, they are full bottles, and they are sent to him for review. And yet, we would have you believe that they are samples. Brandon, I sent you an email last night. You haven't responded. I answered your question as best as I could. Abdulaziz says, honestly, I bought a clone only because the price of the Roger original is off the charts. That, I will say this, my opinion is more nuanced on clones than it used to be. I used to say clones are theft. But now perfume prices are theft. You know? The average price, the average price of perfume's gone through the roof, and companies like Roger, like fucking Chanel, all of them have put their prices up to outrageous amounts, disgusting amounts. It's absolutely disgusting, prohibitive. You know, they would say it makes them exclusive. I would say it makes them fucking rip-offs. And I understand more now why people use clone houses. It's not something I would ever do. I'd rather go without, because I think clones are shit. I've never smelled a clone that I thought was worthy. You know, mind you, there are a lot of perfumes I've smelled in the last few years that aren't worthy either. You know, so there we have it. I think the small print is paid advertisement. I've done a lot of things that are not easy. I'll put a sample from the brand. Will you buy what I review then? I'm already going to buy something you reviewed very recently. Don't complain about the price of perfume. Why, yes, I didn't pay for them. I don't think it matters. Well, quite. I mean, that was hard to take when Persile said, I think we need to get over the price of perfumes. And the fact of the matter is that he gets loads of perfumes and doesn't pay for them. A lot of his perfumes that he's received, he hasn't paid for. In fact, he's being paid. Maybe he's not with money, hospitality, payment in kind. And I think that I don't think that's great. I'm not saying he gets every single perfume he's ever got for free, but it allows him to try all these different perfumes and not have to spend money on them, whereas the rest of the com have to pay for these free bottles. When somebody like Curly Fragrance, Max 40, Persola's, Erica, whenever any of them get a free perfume, it comes at that perfume is paid for by the people who then go on to buy that perfume in future. So what is it that, and that is advertisement. That is advertisement. I always have enjoyed Demi Rolling, especially early on, says Lane. Alan says, scent of the day, 1 Million Oud by Paco Rabanne. Believe it or not, it's damn good and smells nice. I think that's Mona Katan, founder of Kayali. They're shite as well. Great. I'm great, waiting for the spring to start tomorrow. I will be outside all day. Jeremy Fragrance is actually a big fan of Chanel Egoist. I'm not surprised. He is in a bad way. We talked about this last night. He's in a bad way. Spring is certainly springing. Yeah, it was today. It was warm today. Have you tried Roger Britannia? I haven't seen anyone talk about that one. No, I'm not a fan of the Roger fragrances. I think a lot of them are, he has copied the Guerlain cookbook. You know, he used to work for Guerlain, and I think he's made a lot of Guerlain-esque fragrances and charged a shit ton of money for them. You know? Marco Morelli. Hello, Mitch. How are you? I'm all right. How are you? I recently bought a vintage Egoist. It's becoming so addictive. My favourite sandalwood so far. It's a fabulous fragrance. It's one of the very finest. Rate my ride, says Divine. Who was asking them to rate their ride? Welcome, Omar. I'm feeling positively spring-like today, says Horace. Sent at Instagram influencers, apparently. What did? Who did? What? What was sent to Instagram of influencers? This Knisa Sec is very dry and very nice. Professional duck email. Brandon, how's that clear to Russi? Thank you, mate. I'll get back to you. Nice one. 2 days until I buy more Chanel. I know you're all counting down with me. Yeah, even Chanel put the other cologne as exclusives at the same price to the others. 500 USD for a cologne, says Omar. So yeah, it's a pretty awful lot. It should be in a different bottle. What's with the Guerlain turning to a mega beauty company? Mad, no job for Delphine Thierry. What's this, Pradeep? What is this? One day we should get Pradeep on the stream. Me and him should have a conversation. Monsieur Duchamp, all my Kira Russis from Chanel smell like soft versions of Knisa 10. Yes. You should see if you can get from your source, see if you can pull out a bottle of Cuir Russi by Guerlain and see if you can pull out a vintage bottle of Knisa 10. Source, according to his wife, says so. And Jungle Gardenia, Frank Sinatra singing Chinook, Creed, White of Portugal. Creed just lied through his teeth for years. The man was just a dishonest, scandalous bastard, really, Olivia Creed. Just a genuinely awful fucking person by the sounds of it. I refer you to the Ghost Perfumer book, which Gabe has still not been sued for writing, so easy does it. That's your number one fragrance icon that follows the teachings of Jesus. Erica actually pisses me off. She was just a girl that Jeremy dated. Now she got into this business and some really valuable perfumes that other connoisseurs could enjoy. That's one of the worst things about these people, you know? They get shit that you can't have. And they get it for free and you have to pay for it, you know? It's great. It really great that they get free shit, which is paid for by the people that they're selling it to. And they are selling it to you. Honestly, I couldn't care less what a reviewer thinks of the price. That's a personal thing, in my opinion. Well, the thing is, my problem is that these people don't understand the full context of the perfume because they haven't had to pay for it. They can't give, like, their reviews are not their reviews of the product. This goes for any influencer as well, like people who drive cars and watches. To be fair, in the watches and the cars thing, they're lent to people, right? These influencers are getting things given for free. They're not being lent perfumes. They're being given perfumes. So it's not like car reviews. It's not like watch reviews. It's not like, I don't know, fucking any other kind of reviews. These people are given full bottles, right, to keep, so they're then theirs. That is a payment. They're not lending it. It's payment in kind. That's what it qualifies as. I just think that when somebody hasn't paid for something, they can't give a full, honest, proper review because they lack the context. It came through, like, the point I'm making was kind of backed up by when Pursley says we need to get over perfume prices, like complaining about it. And it's like, well, no, we don't, because we have to pay for it. saying move on from that is no good. It's a slap in the face. Easy does it on that, Levant. Certainly not. I will be thrashing myself with that. I will be beating myself about the head, neck, and chest with that perfume. Many sprays all the fucking time. And that's what it's for. Spring and summer. This is like my third or fourth bottle of this. It's for battering. It's only 60 quid. It's 300 mil. By God, I haven't even put on my last of this stream. I'll be applying this again. Be left in little doubt. Which king was it that Gabe Oppenheimer pointed out had been dead for 20 years when Creed was claiming he was wearing one of his perfumes? God knows. Could be any of them. When money is involved, opinions are valued. Yes. The masses are the reason why I'm an elitist in the first place. They think the Mall Elixir is a masterpiece. For fuck's sake. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's not a great fragrance, that shit. The Gucci Nobile bottle makes me want to wear Bon Monsieur. No masses ever got to smell Enigma, though. I would love to have dinner with Pradeep, and Christina, says Horace. The relative popularity of Girl On top product, their private line, is the same as Rogers' popularity for their top line. Number of ratings tracked online. The number of ratings tracked online is only one metric, though. And it's not the metric. It's not something I would always put my own opinion above everyone else's when it comes to a matter of taste, because it's the only one that's actually relevant to me. You know? It's the only metric you can track online. It's the only the thing is that your sample size isn't very big. So it's a niche within a niche within a niche. You know? Like, it's a very small sample set. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Some kind of hair? Oh, that's worrying. A very small hair is in my water. Welcome, Laura G. How are you? How was the garden today? Laura G went into the garden to recover from her chest infection. I don't want to know what you do with that, Levant. I just spray it on myself. As long as there are some vegetarian options, says A. I hear you. I just think it's so obvious who was full of shite, so it doesn't bother me personally. Well, no, but you're right. You're right. You are right about that. What I would say is that doesn't mean you should stop calling them out on their bullshit, because it means they go under the radar, and there are new people coming into the community all the time, and they are unaware of this. And I just think that to let them go is to do a disservice to you and other people. I just think these people don't deserve to be given an easy ride, you know? Those falafels you mentioned would be great, says Christina. That's the only metric we can track for dinner. We'll have to airlift the duck with a heli from his backyard. Yes, you will. Have you ever seen those videos of the cows? Being flown across the Alps? It's amazing. It's amazing. The cow's just like floating there in the air, being airlifted by a helicopter. That'd be fucking incredible. Imagine being a cow and that happening to you. Just like, you know, flying through the air, no worries, you know, no problems, no stress, no bills, just moo. And oh God, Mr. Smelly needs to stop simping and promoting these girls or sending them vintage bottles, brother. Ooh. I mean, whatever the purpose, that shit's backfired. I remember fucking somebody told us, and then I watched it. Erica fucking said that his perfumes were really nice, and then she started dating Raphael the bastard. And she then, because he hates Mr. Smelly as well, because he hates every fucker, right? And she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because he hates every fucker, right? And, she then, because she turned around and said, "Oh, Mr. Smelly's fragrance is shit and I hate it. And it smells like fucking crap." And it was like, that is utterly pathetic. That showed you what type of person she is as well. You know what I mean? That was just obscene and ridiculous. And you can't take somebody like that, you can't take seriously. It's as simple as that. Oh. And the duck is shedding. Yes, I have shed a lip. I have shed a lip feather. When I make statements and want to argue them, especially in opinionated space, the material available to support it isn't sufficiently strong. So that's the framework we have to work in. Yeah, well, I would argue with you more that I would go with my own opinion, since it is a subjective subject, that I would always go. I think the metric, as far as the metric you're concerned, I do understand what you're saying. I'm not like denying it and just trying to throw it back in your face. I think that it's more is it more informative than no data? Sales would be the best data to use. And I know Ashton, to be fair, Ashton uses sales as one of his metrics, right? So, and he gets the sales from big stores. It would be better if he got them from the brands and the financials, their audits and their accounts and stuff, but fuck knows how you're going to manage to do that. That would be a nightmare as well, because you've got different divisions in different parts of the world that'll be accounting for different things. Ratings, I think ratings have always, I think it's ratings like that, they lack. There's something that they lack, and I'm struggling to think of what it is. It's the credibility, because it's a subjective subject, so that's always a problem. 2, it's online, and if the internet has taught us anything over the last 20 years, it's that people talk absolute bollocks online. Even in the privacy of their own home, where they have no reason to lie, they'll still lie. I would go with sales, but getting those statistics would be an absolute pig. Oh. I have been better, I have been worse. Had a nap after the garden. It was tiring. Yes, it will be. Anything can be debated, says Bob. Yes, statistics. The thing with statistics is that you can make them say fucking anything you want. You know what I mean? You can make statistics say anything you want. We've known this for years. You know? Friends, if you would like to like the stream, I would appreciate it greatly. Thank you. Vintage Antace. I am thinking about buying Antace. Smell it first. Do I need to get my tea? What is this? Have I missed drama? It's constant drama. It's constant drama. It's always drama. I'm always opposing the big players in the space, because they get free bottles and we have to pay for them. It's not fair. They're not on the level. Literally, they're not on the same level. They are, what are they doing? They're talking out of both sides of their mouth. It's a very good way of putting it. Antaeus Rabbit Hole has entered the chat, says Brandon. Cows are so chill with helicopter. Even elephants, astonishing. Yeah, must be amazing for them to fly. Know what I mean? Girl On today is a circus. Yes, somebody, was it Pradeep that mentioned that Girl On's turned into a makeup company? Number 19 will be worn all next week. I have got a crystal up there. Get vintage. See if you can get from your benefactor the vintage crystal, the original release crystal. It was released. I'm sure it was crystal. It was released with the Iranian galbanum, right? And then the Iranian Revolution happened and they had to stop using the Iranian galbanum, but people still wax lyrical about that shit because it's the world's finest galbanum. I don't know if they still grow galbanum in Iran because of obviously the sanctions and stuff like that. We love a Brandon who wears 19, says A. Jeremy just ghosted her and he never gave her a closure, which additional adds to the fact that he's secretly smart. Well, I think he probably saw her for what she's doing. Everything she seems to do seems to be transactional. If she does something for you, she wants you to do something for her. You know? That's the way it seems. I don't know, I'm speculating. But she seems like what my mate used to call a networker, a climber. Jeremy actually works for the Rots. Just because I like Lalabo a lot right now doesn't mean they will ever be better than Guerlain and Chanel, and I can't debate that. Then I need Creed, says Brandon. Sales work, but only as a part. Creed does 250 a year, million. Parfum de Marly does 250 million a year. Initio does 70 million a year, etc. But when we put the fragrances to the people, harsh raters bring the trash back down to earth. I would say, though, that they also exalt some pretty average fragrances. You know? I still stand by the fact one of the worst, if not the worst fragrance I've ever smelled was by Parfum de Marly, and it was Ispazon. And it smelled like when you put your tongue on a battery. I love you guys, says Brandon. We love you, Brandon. It's like saying the Beatles are not the greatest band ever. It's just a lie. I don't like the Beatles, but you can't deny the effect. I don't particularly like the Beatles, to be honest. Which one? Someone called David Luke has just left a comment on one of my videos, asking me to do a follow-up video. It isn't. David Luke seems to be asking me, I don't know this, but I'm guessing he seems to be asking me to make a financial decision for him, and I won't do that. People who say things like full bottle worthy, that's a nudge. That's a nudge towards buying a bottle, you know? It's a sales technique. And I'm not a salesman, which is why I don't like doing that. I don't know what we are discussing, but sales, would you do per unit? I would like to know the sales per unit. Because does it say is more if a brand sells 10 times 500 mil or 100 times 25 mil? Good point. That is a good point. You could do total spend. That's why I'm saying I don't think you can use one metric like online ratings. I don't think you can use one metric like sales. Sales would probably be a more informative thing. I think qualitatively it would be better data than online ratings. I just don't think that you can take one. You'd have to take a few data things. I could get Galen to do it. I would ask Galen to do it, because that's the type of shit that Galen's involved with, like, and always has been. He's into business and stuff like that. So Galen would probably be the best person for that particular job. He's definitely lurking. He's always lurking. He probably just sat bolt upright in his chair and said, fuck, I'm not doing extra work. If sales work, we'd assume the most popular will be the best, and based on the cross-section between sales and fragrance rating, that doesn't seem to be true. I would absolutely agree with you. It's like the pop markets. It's like the pop markets. It's like the pop charts. The song that gets downloaded or bought the most is definitely not the best song, you know? But again, it's very similar to that in that the most people like it, so you can't. It's a matter of subjectivity, you know, which is also why I have a big problem telling people or advising people or nudging people towards spending their money, right, on something that I say I like, right, or being paid to say that I like, because you might fucking hate it. And it's your money. And I'm being paid to tell you to spend money so I can get some money. It's not right. It's how it works. It is the facts. That is how it works. That is the system that we are living through at the minute. It's just still bullshit. Which is why when Fosco said before, there's no point in saying it, or there's no point in going on about it, he might be right. But at the same time, I think it does bear repeating because it's the truth. For no other reason than it's true. Richard, I'm not going to smell it first. I'm officially pro-blind buy. Well, I mean, I blind buy stuff that reflects the amber. I bought that blind. You know, I do blind buy stuff as well. I just don't advise it, and I will never advise it. That's taking on the whole internet and influencer culture, though. Like, the people who least need the free things get them while the others struggle. Exactly. Couldn't agree more. It's not right. It is impossible for us to determine the selling volume. Brands never release this data for public use. If you ever read an EL quarterly report, they talk about hero franchises and that's it. Yes. So then it makes sales data totally irrelevant if it's not by volume. Yeah, girl on, been doing makeup for years. Yes, they have. I'm just wondering why Pradeep said they've turned into a makeup brand. They've always been one. Celine's nightclubbing has a nice galb in him. No, we don't ghost people. It's unkind, says Oris. Do we not? I see. If you think about it, the only information we can publicly get is top-selling franchises and aggregate periodical revenue. Revenue largely reflects demand, which is an FX of marketing. I'm in love with B.O. I get from East Bazon. It's absolutely fucking awful, Brandon, and I will not hear anything otherwise. Someone's talking about vaporized crystal meth. That Heidi Slimane dude on Basenet said that Reptile is supposed to have a feeling of vaporized crystal meth. You can keep that shit as far away from me as humanly possible. So yes, I would agree that sales isn't that valuable as an overall input, but if you try to place it into a regression model, I think it still help determine what is the best scent. There isn't the best scent, you know. Definitely around. Some Heidi Slimane fanatic that replies to everything that mentions Heidi eras to yours. Oh my god. A lot of variables influence sales, accessibility, marketing influence. Not sure that would mean the best. I agree. Sultan, welcome. Yes, I don't think sales mean the best. Maybe repurchase is more indicative, almost gifted. Quite. But then somebody has to buy it to do that, though, don't they? Merit we don't have as it cannot be shown by data. You can get at least one of the 3 Guerlain parfums right. You better get at least one of the 3 Guerlain parfums right, Delphine. No ducks were paid in the making of this production. Absolutely not. Good day, mate. Just picked up 100 ml of Akitos for a deal. What scent was going to sell it? What a scent was going to sell it, but I think I'll keep it. It's so 80s. It's fucking brilliant. I might wear it tomorrow. It is brilliant. I didn't wear it at all last year. It was disgraceful. Is a natal chart something that tells me when I'm going to get pregnant? It tells you when you're going to give birth. I'm going to say something really lame and sentimental, but your live streams actually make me less lonely, and it's like hanging with a friend. I am glad that genuinely warms the cockles of my heart. Deadbeat dad. Apparently some Guerlain director or executive said that Guerlain will become primarily a makeup brand and perfumes are secondary, says Pradeep. Fuck that director. Hang on, Horace, don't leave. He's going to break 79. I'm gonna fucking go for a slash in a minute. Yeah, we're all friends here, just hanging out, chatting shit, says Horace. Yes. The community, I've said this many times before, the community aspect of the streams is, of not just the streams, but the community aspect and all of that's like one of the most, if not the most, it's one of the most fucking, it's probably the best part about the whole fragrance thing. I love the fragrances, but I love the community, like you see the familiar faces and stuff like that. Seppa, you should join the Discord. There is a Discord. Give us a second, I'll find it. because in there you will see many familiar faces talking about perfumes. I do not want to leave the server. There's one online and 15 members. I will put the link in the chat so you can go there and join if you want. There is a Discord here which you can join. Anyone can join. Anyone from the streams can join and come in and people talk. And there are people online almost 24/7. Because we are truly international. And we share pictures and people talk and it's nice. You know? It's really nice. Laura says, I feel like if you asked 100 people for the best anything, you'd get a general consensus of what's popular. But if you asked 100 people the same question, but people who considered it as their hobby or interest, you get a much wider variety that probably didn't include the popular answers of the general public. Absolutely. Rich, hold it in for 3 minutes. I'll do nothing of the sort. Seppa is here. Welcome. Iris Nazarena is the best for me, and it's not for almost everybody else. I would agree. Like, that is exactly right. Like, Balenciaga Pour Homme for me. That's why I always use the word favourite. It's my favourite, but is it the best? Probably not. We don't know what the best fragrance is. Pet photos section is my fave. Laura G should join and just put the pet. Jack Attack. Welcome, Jack Attack. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. I'm glad you are here. And you are wearing Vetiver Royal Bourbon. Nice. Your Majesty with your Royal Bourbon. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to the bathroom to dehydrate. Please stick around. Laura G, you are in charge. I have returned. It is me. Fancy seeing you here. Today I bought a candle made of beeswax. It looked like a Christmas tree, but it was still £6 and I was not happy about that. I thought, fuck, this is out of season. Let's have a look. Where are we? What is the best fragrance? Is like asking what is the best song. It's subjective. Yes, it's exactly the same thing. You're right. You know? First off, you have to define what a song is. You know? I think one of the best smelling perfumes I've ever smelled is one of the Guerlain colognes called Cologne Imperial. The fucking top of that, well, it's all top, to be honest with you, but the top of that fragrance is absolutely outrageous. It is brilliant. Laura J has the power. Well, Iris Nazareno is one of my favourites, so we have a high proportion of that 0.0001%. Yeah, that's right. I like Iris Nazareno as well. It is fucking truly fabulous. The fact that I was gifted it by friends as well is just, it just makes it extra special, but it's an amazing perfume. I don't know my password for Discord, says Dushan. That's all right. The duck has gone to see a man about a dog, says the love beneath. Welcome to you. Rich, you should put up a sign that says intermission when you're taking a leak. I should, that's right. I think people come in, though, when I'm not here, and they're like, this is a silent stream, is it? And they get intrigued, and they stay for a little while. Had 69 people in here earlier. That was a scary amount of people. Jiraja, welcome. How are you? COVID's disabled my nose since last week, smelling vicariously through the chat tonight. Oh no. Spaced Out says, I don't mind even being lonely. I get tired after talking to someone over a coffee and then I recharge for the next 2 weeks. I am with you. Yes. I genuinely would prioritize coming here talking to yous through the chat and having a live stream. And I get tired after the live streams as well, you know. Like, my voice gives up before I don't bore of yous. Like, and I get tired talking to humans in real life, you know. I like this, you know. We all have a shared interest. We're all talking about the shared interest. We all try in good faith to get on. There's no bastards in the chat. There may be bastards lurking. Emil, I see you. But apart from that, you know, it's a lovely community. It's a nice place to be. Everybody's very welcoming. Everybody's very kind. And it's a really good place to be, you know? And I'm happy for it to stay like that and not turn into a 10,000, a 50,000, like, sized channel, you know? I know some of the big reviewers watch, and that's fine, you know? That is fine. I'm all right about that. And I know some of them don't watch and couldn't care less, and that's fine as well. You know, some of the big reviewers watch and don't say anything. I'm at peace with that. Is fine. Like, you've got to remember as well, I didn't say anything on fragrance videos for years, and then I started. So I get just sitting wanting to passively absorb. I'm very relaxed, usually. I should really wear Enchanted Forest soon. It's fucking immense. My God. Where are we? Great compliment getter, says Michael. Ooh. But I would say Jiki by Guerlain is a def nominee for being so innovative. The thing is that you could go through Guerlain's, like, back catalogue and you could pick out about 5 or 10 of their perfumes and say, this is a candidate for being one of the best perfumes ever. You know? There's a lot of those perfumes that I don't like as a matter of personal taste, right, that I wouldn't rate very highly as from my own subjective point of view, but objectively, then I would have to put them in. Is Vagabond Prince a one-hit wonder? Yes, I've smelled the rest of them. They're fucking appalling. They're absolutely dreadful. Enchanted Forest is brilliant. The rest of them are as bad as Enchanted Forest is good. Enchanted Forest is a brilliant perfume and I absolutely love it. The rest of them are absolutely terrible and I hate them. Howdy all. Welcome, Mark Sampson. It is better late than never, and I am glad you are here. Introverts need to recharge after being among people. Absolutely we do. Scent of the day is Eris Perfumes MXXX. I think I'm going to sell that. I prefer not to talk to real people, says Michael. Well, quite. Sometimes I have phases where I'm full of energy and turn into an extrovert. Yes, sometimes I've done that as well. Much more so when I was younger. I don't have many. Can you see who is watching but not commenting? No, Laura G, it is not Instagram. Can you do that on Instagram? I had no idea. Girl-ons, I like the Beatles. Well, yes, and I don't like the Beatles' music either. I'm not a big fan of the Beatles, I'll be honest, like as a subjective thing. But objectively, all you've got to do is look at music before the Beatles and then look at music after the Beatles. They invented modern music, essentially. Everything before the Beatles was shit like Irving Berlin and fucking, like, all that, like, Vera Lynn and stuff like that. And the Beatles came along and just nailed it, blew it out the water. I think the world was ready for it there. The right band at the right place at the right time. EC558. Gucci Nobile is too strong. I don't know how I feel about it. Welcome to you, EC558. I believe this is your first time commenting because I don't remember seeing you before. And welcome. And is Gucci Nobile strong? Do you know, if anything, today I found it that it wasn't too strong. I thought to myself, this is much quieter than I remember it being. Maybe I just went nose blind to it. But that's interesting. I wish it was stronger. What about Aedes de Venustus? Also a one-hit wonder. Possibly. I need to get through that sample set. I'm going to do a couple of first impressions this week. I did have a conversation with myself where I thought about doing a video every day this week. But the Francis Curtijon video is percolating nicely through the ether. A lot of people are watching it, certainly compared to my other videos. So I'm just going to let it fester for a while. If I remember correctly, people on Fragrantica overwhelmingly vote Nobile's Sillage Extreme. I mean, I am jealous. I did not get that feeling from it today, I must admit, but that's not to say that it isn't. It just might not be on me, because skin chemistry is a weird and wonderful thing. Welcome, Interference. How am I? I am well. How are you? I feel much better now that you're here. DMS, you are wearing Vetiver Blue by Cartier. I'm jealous of that. But I can guarantee you that if you just want compliments and you want a perfume that every girl likes, Chanel Allure Homme Sport, just in case you were wondering. Do you know what would be dead interesting if I did a video like that? You know, a video where it's just like completely the opposite type of content that I do. I've thought about that before, doing that every once in a while, like list videos. I don't mind a list video. I remember Eugene and Christo saying before, there's nothing wrong with a list video. It's when you do them every single fucking day, you know, and every video you make's a list video, and it's like, it's like banging your head off a wall. You know what I mean? It's really hard to tolerate. It's really hard to deal with. But there's nothing wrong with the occasional list video. I do one once a week. Sort of. You know what I mean? I do one once a week. Like I do a fragrance rotation where I feature seven fragrances I've worn over the past week. And but it's like, it's not just like, I mean, some people are just like, they're coming up with the craziest premise to make a new list video. It's fucking bonkers. At least Jeremy doesn't even try to come up with like different fucking premises anymore. He just keeps saying the same 10 fragrances over and over again. Whereas other people are like, top 10 fragrances to skydive upside down with your dog through the fucking clouds of Jupiter. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. What makes Bois d'Argent so transparent? It feels like that when it comes back again. I know another 13 has that effect going on. I don't know why it does that, but Bois d'Argent's a fabulous perfume. It's genuinely one of the best of the century for me. I love that shit so much. How about Elvis? Well, Elvis was massive as well, and his music, a lot of his music stands up, but he had one foot in the past as well. You know? He had one foot in that kind of, that classic genre, singing the classics and stuff like that, you know, but a lot of it was quite bluesy, which already existed. What the Beatles were doing was like truly fucking original. Like, if the Beatles are Girl On, then Led Zeppelin is Chanel, says the Scent Reaper. It's not a bad shout. Lately I've been listening to Van Halen. Pretty great. Looking forward to tomorrow's Scent of the Day. Got Bell On by Les Obstroyer lined up, I think, says Mark Sampson. Girl On Vetiver, arguably the greatest shoulder season. Scent? Shoulder season? What's that? No, I won't do it for April Fools because I want to do it genuinely. I would do it genuinely. I would do a different video for April Fools if I was going to do that, you know. But I think April Fool videos in the fragrance community got done for a while, and I think they were bad, and I don't think many people do them anymore because they were just bad. I have mentioned this idea before, but it will be interesting to hear what you guys' most complimented perfumes are. Rich, Ramsey. I mean, I don't get many compliments. Vanille Havana got a compliment on. And Opium Secret de Parfum I got a compliment on. I do have a couple of others, but that was from a long time ago. Most compliment video lists that you see are bullshit because it's people just essentially putting mass appealing fragrances into a list and telling people that they get compliments, you know, as like confirmation bias. And people like that's one thing I've noticed about online communities. People like a bit of confirmation bias, you know, like people like to have their purchases like ratified by someone who is quote unquote in the know about something. So say you buy a bottle of Gucci Nobile and come into the chat and you say, I've just bought a bottle of Gucci Nobile. What you are looking for me to say, right, is well done. That's a great fragrance. It's really rare. It's really expensive. You've made a good decision. Well done. You're going to love it. No negatives, all positives. You want a pat on the back. And I try to stay away from that because I don't think it's necessarily ethical. I don't think it's necessarily helpful. That said, if you have bought Gucci Nobile recently, well done. It's a fantastic perfume and you smell great, in my opinion. Don't overpay for it though. Don't go out and pay 375 quid for a fucking for 125ml bottle. That way fucking is like fucking ruinous. But I do fucking love it. I don't apply enough to get compliments. I try to wear these compliment getters, but I feel like I'm forcing myself rather than enjoying the perfume for yourself. Exactly. I couldn't wear a perfume. I mean, I remember when Jeremy said in one of his earlier videos, I wear perfumes to get compliments. I don't wear perfumes because I like the smell of them. And I thought, do you know what it is, mate? You've got psychological problems. You know? I thought you've got real fucking issues. If that is it's sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Like, would it smell like a loaf of bread? What would smell like a loaf of bread as well? It just needs to drop a duck fragrance. There is a Serge Luton that smells like bread. It's got an oaty, not oat, fucking oat bread, oat loaf. That's psychotic. It smells like yeast and like wheat. You know, it's got a wheaty note. Jus de peau. It's a fucking awesome fragrance. Brandon, from your vintage source, wherever you are pulling these from, ask them if they've got any vintage Serge Lutons. And ask them if they'll sell them to me. Or give them to me. I agree. If you want to get compliments, you have to spray 5 to 10 sprays and layer yourself and Ambrox, and have done that. I want to actually for an experiment. And guess what? It actually worked. There's nothing wrong with experimenting with your fragrances. I would not advise layering fragrances to people, though. Layering fragrances for me, perfumes are finished products, unless they're clones, in which case they're not finished products. They're fucking bullshit. Brandon, drop a list. Let me know. I'll take the lot. Clones are not finished products, and I'll tell you what it is, though. There's a lot of designer fragrances out there that don't smell like finished products now. But okay, noted. No problem. Do you get similarities to Cologne Aficionado? From what? Sorry, Kate Hofseth. Welcome. I've missed a lot of fucking stuff there. Stuart Maber's wearing Feeling Agile. Welcome, Stuart Mabe and Kate. Beatles were from a different band before they were influenced by Dylan. Absolutely. Spaced out your question. I heard it's molecule size, something related to that. You can't continuously pick up the scent. That's why it comes and goes. There's nothing special in number 10. Try to be conscientious. Well, quite. I don't go to try and stink people out. It's not fair. Top 10 fragrances to wear at a duck pond. Eugene is the man for that. Top 10 lists are bullshit because it's a top 10 of what they own. Who gives a shit what they own? Most people want top 10 lists of the whole market. Quite. Yes. That is why you should always qualify what you're saying. Somebody brought this up with me once when I was saying stuff years ago. I was saying, like, this is the best this is the best that. I think what I was actually meaning to say was, I think this is the best this, but I wasn't saying that, though. And on the internet, you should say that. And they had a good point, and I can't remember who it was. I didn't fall out with them, but they were right. And I remember thinking, that's why I try to qualify everything I say now by saying, in my opinion, or from what I own, or all of this. My favourite ones are the ones who put their compliments on an Excel spreadsheet. Scent of the day, a sample of it is due by Puente. I like it. Iris with nice roundness, maybe warm and spicy instead of just cold, says Hot Kate. The only time I got complimented, I was testing bloody Aventus, which I don't even like. Yes, I don't care for Aventus. I think it's bang average. I mean, average at best. Praise me for getting Le Leon rich. I will not praise you for getting Le Leon Lily. Stop that. Lily's out of control. She's a rascal. That Gucci Noble bottle looks very Art Deco, very classy looking. I own that just for the bottle, even if I didn't care about wearing it. Do you like a bit of Art Deco, Lane? I feel like we're getting to know Lane a lot better through his videos. His short about the dead farmer on the tractor came up in my feed the other day, and I was roaring. Lane has a short, and it's got a lot of views, and it's a skeleton riding a tractor, like a really old tractor, and it was class. I was laughing a lot. But then again, do you really want to annoy an entire room with your scent? Some days I wake up and I do choose that kind of thing. Some days I am a bad man for that. I thought it was Timmy who said that. What did Timmy say? Sorry, I've lost the thought here. Today was excellent mail day. Got Aqua Allegoria, Pamplaloon, excellent. Second-hand Habanita, also excellent. Tiny Vintage Rochas Femme, excellentest. And Papillon Bengal Rouge, all amazing steal of a deal. There's nothing better than getting a bargain. I want to say top 10 best bottles in the collection. That would be so cool. Yes. Yes, that is a video that this has been mentioned before, hasn't it? And it is a video that I do actually want to do, along with the soap video and the mini video. Except that is the joke. Where are we? It does not like it, but I really love it. It is on my buy list. Where are we? I've got people coming up to me all the time and ask what I'm wearing. Always get compliments. I think it's because I don't smell like everyone else. That's a good shout. New video by Jeremy stops and smells people on the street, guesses their perfume. Oof! You'd get arrested for that. All that while wearing low-rise white pants. McVitie's whipping through the bass. Yeast mode. Santa Majuscule smells like brownies. That's an interesting take. Don't get me wrong, most of my favourite perfumes come in the cheapest crap bottles and presentation, but it's nice when a perfume has a beautiful bottle. Yes, you are an appreciator. You are an aesthete. An appreciator. There's nothing nicer than some like nice glassware. Cartier have got some of the best bottles. You know, I'm wearing my Cartier. I put my other watch away. Started wearing my Cartier one again. This is the watch that I love the most. I've got to be honest. The other one's more expensive. This is the one I love the most. It's the watch I've always wanted, to be fair. Welcome, Mike V. How are you? Wearing Papillon's Bengal Rouge. Papillon are releasing a new horsey fragrance called Epona. But okay, noted. A lot of surge. Yeah, you don't listen to two songs at once. Yes. What would a bear fragrance smell like? Bear spray. Musk. I was listening to Blood Meridian today, and a bear just came up and killed one of the people. Just appeared from nowhere. They shot it to shit as well and fucked off. Hey Lily, finally caught one of Rich's world famous streams. Hope you're well, says Interference. Or the Grizzly. I want to smell Mikey V right now, says Boss. We all want to smell Mike V. Busy tonight, Rich. Going to keep you on your toes reading out the comments, says Stuart. It is busy. It is extremely busy. Michael says, I have a collection and I'm struggling to keep up. There's a Swiss guy who actually counts his compliments in an Excel spreadsheet. He uploaded a video with the counts like a week or so ago. I think that may have been what the person was getting at, but that is just a different level of pathology. That is some real stuff going on there. Compliments. Intangible things like compliments. I mean, they might feel tangible at the time, but bloody hell. Noble and Cologne Aficionado, are they similar? There's an oak moss kind of thing going on, but the oak moss in Gucci Nobile is smoky. It's a smoke moss fragrance, which is quite alike Smalto Pour Homme, which is a really nice part of it as well. Lovely lavender in it. Looks like this Italian lavender thing going on. Welcome, Adrian Pocher. So my Pavarotti bottle arrived from Italy yesterday, but bummer is the flanker called Luciano, not the main thing. I love it though, great fougere. So it's not a flanker, it's a different fragrance from 6 or 7 years. No, it's not even 6 or 7, it's like 3 years later from 97. It's not in this bottle. Luciano's not in this bottle, is it? That is quite upsetting. Sorry to hear that. This comes in a white box with 2 black strips on it. This Liz's release better be yeehaw like no other, says Brody. Big horse fragrance. Congrats, Lily. Hard to take the line, but my money would be on you, says Bob. We're good interference. Adrian, never knew we were releasing a leather. We'll have to keep an eye out. She is. It's a horse fragrance. Oh no, I didn't really get it. Bob, I was just making Rich mad. You make me mad all the time. Read compliments. I actually want my perfume to be just for me sometimes. I get annoyed when I think CR's just too much. I guess if a husband compliments, I adore that. Otherwise, I would wear for my experience. It's always best to start from a place of wearing it. It's always best to start from a place of wearing a perfume for yourself. That is best practice. Everything else after that is a bonus. You know, everything else after that is a bonus. That is the first step you take. You cannot dodge that first step, and if you do dodge that first step, you're fucked. You've completely ruined it. If you're wearing perfume for other people, you've fucked it. That's not to say that you can't take that into consideration. I may wear a different perfume based on where I'm going and who I'm going to be with. You know, context is important, but I would have to wear that perfume. You know, I wouldn't buy something like Herod to go somewhere to impress people. How does it compare with OG Pavarotti? Not a fan of the newer one. I prefer that one's just one of my favourite, if not me. It's like one of my favourite fragrances. Like, smells like happiness. It's incredible. I wish we could add our pictures on here, says Michael. But you can do in the Discord. Timmy would wear fragrances for the compliments, not because he liked it, not all the time, but he had fragrances he kept for that purpose. It's his money and his collection. He can do what he wants. Laying the Esther bottles as part of the vibe for sure. Waiting for Stephen's top 1,000 free bottle list ranked. Fucking hell. Yeah. Doug, you should go with strips and let ladies smell on the streets of Newcastle. I reckon they'd like it. I reckon I could get away with that. Some lasses would just tell us to fuck off. If I get an exclusive, you will all know, though. Praise me, says Lily. Top 10 overhyped vintage perfumes, says Seppa. Fucking yes, there's a few. Smalto is so hard to find now, says Micah. Yes, it is. My wife and I fooled around in the Yellowstone wilderness, once looking for bears. Sure as shit, big cinnamon bear came and sniffing the exact spot from miles away. Big noses, yes. Anuja has a spray bottle of Pavarotti aftershave that is tempting. Get it while you can. That Pavarotti looks like you, Rich. Scary Bobby. Oh, what was bro wearing? Honey essential oil. How does it compare with the OG Pavarotti Animalics? I have to force myself to wear these compliment getters. Best to listen to your nose and heart rather than being needy. Absolutely. Don't wear fragrances for compliments. I wear my fragrances to piss off my wife. That is also a good thing. Galen does that as well. Bears. My husband was charged last hunting season. The bear came within 10 yards and charged twice. Super scary. Absolutely. Fuck that. Don't wear opium if there are bears in the area, says and Reba. I don't care if people like what I am wearing. If I love it, it's good enough for me. Well said, Michael Honest. Michael, laugh it up, but I bet Liz will be interested in my anecdote. Of the samples Bobby sent me via third party, Pavarotti was the one I liked the most. Thanks, Bobby, again. Pavarotti's a fucking gorgeous fragrance. Not everybody likes it, but not everybody's going to like everything. Anything. Compliment brochures know that women don't like needy guys. Yes. I'm up to date with the chat. How do you like them apples? Yes. I am hydrating. Do I have messages? WhatsApp is busy. Well, that's a new frown. Is Germs the ram? What? No. Lots of new people. Street Talker. Oh no. All these people in the chat, welcome. If everybody would like to join, shall I post the link again? Anybody else want to come and join the Discord? There is the link. Guys don't like needy guys, says Michael. Spaced out, yes, big confirmation. You should know who joined this realm of you and Ramsey. Chris from Scentland. He is an OG for real. Chris from Scentland's doing his own thing and has been for a while. Pavarotti is identical to Declaration d'un Soir. Oh, no, not for me. Red Bear has also joined. Did somebody raid your stream? Raid it? What do you mean? Hello, everyone. When is the next Duck Eugene stream? No idea. We're kind of on different schedules at the minute. It's been a while. Somebody said in the chat the other day that it's been 3 years since me and Eugene were doing that, doing those streams regularly, you know, and it doesn't feel like that. 3 years is a long time, and it doesn't feel like not even remotely close to 3 years. You know what I mean? So that's frightening. Excuse me. Sorry for yawning in your ears. I'm sure you enjoyed that greatly. Where is my... Oh, I just got a really strong whiff of that beeswax candle there. Where is my fucking Germaline? Oh, there it is. It's right in front of us, which is why I couldn't see it. The almost nightly streams got me through COVID boredom. Yes, that's right. That is right. It was a great time, and no one can ever take that away from us. I mean, I say it was a great time. It was a light, wasn't it? It was definitely something that helped me get through COVID, I can tell you. And I was also just starting to get treated then. I'd only just got diagnosed with what was actually wrong with us, and they started to treat it. And I was getting medication and all of that sort of thing. So I was, for the first time in years, I was actually feeling less shit than I had previously, because up to that point, I'd only been getting worse. So it was a pretty good time in a lot of ways. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Lick the stream, says Michael Harness. Yes, if you would like to. I don't know, as it stands now, well, we might change it. We'll go through them again. Dehydrate raid means one streamer sends their viewers to another streamer. No. Common term in the gaming community. No, I have not been raided. I have never been raided. Unfortunately. So, it hasn't happened to me. But there we are. Yes, it's not in that bottle, no worries. I still love the perfume now. The real deal goes. Yeah, the real deal goes for $300 to $400, which I am not going to pay. This thing, I got it for much cheaper and still has the Italian feel, says Adrian. Adrian, what are you talking about? Which perfume? I'm looking back up through the chat. Yes, the Pavarotti. As long as you love it, that's good. The almost nightly streams got me through COVID boredom, says Mike. Look forward to those streams, great times. Yeah, it's what it did feel like that. It felt like that for me as well, you know, because that was the first time I was exposed. Like, that was the first time I was actually like making content, you know, like with Eugene. Oh, that is Cavonia, and it's got chlorhexidine in. My God. Oh my Jesus. That is... Oh, hey. Chlorhexidine right on the back of your throat. Potent. Wow, my eyes are watering. I was binging some Maximilian Must Know the last few days. It was brilliant. This style of video I make is him and Greggy Boy did this style of video that I'm doing right now. The camera facing the perfume and not the reviewer. And this is one of the reasons I chose to do my reviews like this, as like a tribute to them. You know, could easily have turned the camera around, and sometimes I do, but I used to love watching their reviews. legends of the com, you know. This is fantastic. Someone was talking about Lumiere Noir. I think it was either in the comments of one of me. It was either in the comments of one of my videos or it was in the live stream earlier. Lumiere Noir, they were raging that Lumiere Noir had been discontinued and they'd brought out some other crap instead. Rated, I think you were from Milan. If you get voice messages from Rich, yawn. What happened to Brandon? Brandon is here. He is a lifestyle not for sale. Yawning is the least annoying thing he does. Content, you started an only ducks. This is the content. Therapeutic fragrances, therapeutic live streams. Ordered History of Indonesian Oud recently. Can't wait to try it, says Science Bear. There's a new collection out, isn't there? You just need a bottle of Robert P. Gay's Cravache in the shot, says Brandon. Rich is too handsome for the internet. He would break it, says Lily. Well, quite. Rich, Margie gave you a compliment on her last stream. It's very kind. Have you got Santal de Mysore from Search, says the Sentry? But yes, I have. I did an unboxing video. Am I tripping, or did I ever see a live stream of Rich playing Red Dead Redemption? Yes, I have a gaming channel. If you go to click on my channel and then click on the oh God, no, that's not right. If you click, oh fuck knows, I'll post the link in the chat. I don't know how to do that. It's a channel linked with my channel. So I will have to switch account, Rich Mitch Gaming. Where are we? Sorry, I'm having an absolute nightmare here. What am I doing? There it is. Share. Copy link. Where am I? Where am I and what am I doing? I have no idea what I am doing. I have lost my ability to switch accounts. There we go. There's some David Foster Wallace content for you. Live stream here is... Oh, Pradeep's put it in, the rascal. Well, I could have saved myself a lot of trouble there, but Galen did it. Pradeep did it. Have you got Mysore, Santal de Mysore? Yes, I have. Still waiting for the Cartier tank brown suit mustache hat video. Well, that may take a while, because I will have to buy a brown suit, grow a mustache, and buy a hat too. How is it? It's pretty nice. It's pretty great, but it's got a cumin sort of, like, very subtle cumin note in it, which makes it a very strange thing. Rampton Vedati is a great reviewer. Looks like that Giga Chad meme dude. He does have that look about him, but he reviews a lot of stuff that he gets provided with, and doesn't necessarily say. He's very close to some brands like Stefan Umber Luca. Looking forward to wearing any aquatics this spring and summer. Not so much aquatics, no. Yo, scent of the day is Diaghilev, says Galen. Make me a mod, you know I'd be good at it, says Lily. I see it now. Mitch, thanks. Any fragrance that reminds you of the game Skyrim? No, not Skyrim, but Lonesome Rider, Lone Star Memories reminds us of Red Dead Redemption. You know what smells? You can't miss Diago Live, says eh? Galen, how is your day going? Pradeep icing me out of my application, says Lily. Jack Attack MMA says, do you have a recommendation for a vetiver scent? Yes. It's called Vetiver by Guerlain. There's still, I've smelled a metric ton of vetiver fragrances, and that's still the best. And it's like 60, 70 years old. It's ridiculous. Try and get that shaped bottle if you can. If you can't, a more modern Listerine bottle will be fine. Bowtie is a reviewer no one ever says anything about, no love or hate for him. That should tell you something. How difficult is it to manage two different YouTube channels? It's easy because they're very separate. They're very different. So it's not a problem. Not for me anyway, because I don't do stuff like editing and all of that sort of thing. Hey Michael, I'm in San Francisco. Moved here in December, says Galen. It's a beautiful day here on the other side of San Francisco. Wow. Divine says, spaced out, lol. One guy at the gym who was a dentist told him about Roger. He saw his videos and said, this black guy recommended Enigma, so I bought one. I shit you not, this is a true story. Rampton looks like Rasputin, says Dushan. What's gotten you to move this, says Michael? I think it's a job, isn't it? I need that vetiver for my collection, says Dushan. San Francisco is great. All the bad press has made it almost affordable for upper middle class dinkwags. I don't know what a dinkwag is, but you definitely sound like one. You should make a separate channel for clone fragrances. No, I'm not touching clone fragrances. That's shit. I'm also in the Bay Area, says Saint Reaper. Nice, Lily, no problem. We'll share assessment questionnaire shortly, says Pradeep. Smelled the new Estee Lauder Azura. First thing came to mind was Diaghilev. I smelled it too. I thought it was all right, but it wasn't as good as the vintage one. Dinkwag, dual income, no kids with a dog. Ah, nice. Dinkwags are us, says Michael. I want to try Dior Addict, says Spaced Out. Poor Galen. I am mean. Oh dear. I am going to take my painkillers, if you don't mind. I'm going to open up a box of what am I going to open up a box of? A box of painkillers. I'm not going to take them all though. Do not. Mike V. Naxos is the rumour. What of? What is your next purchase, says Mike. My next purchase will be Paddock by Hermes. I am getting me a bottle of Paddock if all goes enough to plan. I'll be doing some more content on the Reflets d'Ambre fragrance. I'm hoping the Vetiver Parfum tones down the lemon note. Never loved it. I'm not a lemon fan myself. I think this is a brilliant fragrance though. Being single has its perks. Extra money for fragrances plus no nagging cunt. Yes. Lily knows that this is true. Space, you can't handle Addict unless you're wearing a backless gown plunging in front. Is it a casual hobbyist dude thought his vodka on the rocks was great? I let him smell my Oceana in Burlington. He was like, what the fuck? I'm hoping the vet of a parfum. I need an Angelique Noir decant for my vanilla. Space. Prodeep just released a video on paddock if anyone is interested. Yes, I have posted the link to that in the chat, which I will now do again if you give me a second. My paddock. Where is it? He only released the fucking thing a few hours ago. What is happening? There it is. He's got 50 views. He's got 50 views while I've been streaming. Where am I? There I am. There it is. I'm going to try my luck to see if I can get a paddock, says DJ. You will have to go to the deepest Paris. And if you do, please let me know. Besides the fragrance, I also bought 2 pure oud oils. A floral Thai oud oil and a Cambodian oud oil. What's the Cambodian one? Like, I like Cambodian oud, I think. I like Palau oud. Excuse me, the Cavonia is now taking its toll on my throat. They must put some cocaine in Guerlain fragrances. They're all addictive, says Lane. You banned the whole lemon emoji? Absolutely, I did. There is no link. Stuff I sent yesterday. Wait there, I will send Pradeep's link to Alan Hansen. Where are you? There you are, mate. Okay. Alan Hansen is getting a little bit worried that he can't find any information on paddock. First, I'd recommend trying Fragrance du Bois AM if you're shopping in that genre. I found a lot of overlap between the two. Hoping my perfume mule comes through with a bottle of paddock. Your perfume mule and my perfume mule are the same person. Me and Galen taking turns on a mule. I've got a horrible feeling the mule is going to get in touch with me and say, sorry, can't get you one. At which point I will scream and then start furiously contacting Pradeep to try and bully him into going to Paris. Besides the fragrance, I also own 2 pure... Oh, sorry, I've read that. This is a nice bitter fougere style scent, but the cumin comes on very much like a bad boy odor, so it's an acquired taste. Who is awful? Who is awful, Duchamp? Lemon, says DJ. You can't post lemons. You can post the word lemon, but you can't post lemon. Lemons, a bandit. It's brilliant. I love Rampton, says Adrienne. Not necessarily for the reviews. I like the exotic looks, the way he talks, the way he frames and films. I don't follow the videos to the end, but there is something cool about him. Cocaine and fragrances, never thought of that. Someone will have thought of it, trust us. I saw somebody try to import, I saw it in the news, somebody tried to import tons of cocaine, right, from Nicaragua, and the cocaine was mixed in with charcoal, would you believe? Like, literally, like, mixed in with the charcoal. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Got delivered to somewhere in Leicester, and then it was like a farm, and when it was delivered there. They raided the place. Crazy. Cambodian oud is supposed to be berry scented with a bit of smokiness. Nice. Not a big fan of Naxos. Really glad I ordered a sample, says Lane. Yeah, it's a poor fragrance. Next Hermes fragrance is Paddington, so you can smell like a bear. I got a bunch of samples to find my favourite vetiver. Inimitable Mr. Penhaligon smells amazing but doesn't last. Fat Electrician I really enjoyed. Fat Electrician's beautiful. And Vetiver Royale Bourbon is top notch, says Jack Attack. I'm glad you like those. Oh. Jack Attack is new to the channel, and I am glad he is here. Tell me what got you into fragrances, Jack Attack. If you eat foie gras, would you get mad duck disease? I'd be pretty mad to eat it in the first place, like. I love the lemon and Habit Rouge in the opening. It's so freaking good. I really dislike it for that. I really dislike Habit Rouge on a number of levels, like, and it's exactly the type of fragrance that I really should love, but I really don't. Brandon's getting half a litre of Volden a wee from the warehouse soon. Vintage Tuscan leather has a high concentration of real coke. Bobby, I am actually thinking of becoming a mule to scalp rich women for buying the Chanel. Yes, me and Brody were thinking about setting up a new business, muling perfume around and doing personal shopping for people. You know, that'd be fun. Welcome, Josie. How are you? Vol de Nuit Eau de Cologne Montre Flacon. Lovely. It's not the price, it's the availability, isn't it, Brandon? Like, the price isn't really a problem. It's the ability to actually get them in the condition, in the pristine condition that they come in. You know? How would they go about separating the coke from the charcoal? You just refine it. It's got like there's and I'm telling you, pardon me. It's a chemical process. You should see how they make cocaine. It's insanity. I mean, I would say that people wouldn't sniff cocaine if they found out how it was made, but I think that ship has sailed a long time ago. Like, people would fucking ship that shit if it was ground up with fucking baby skulls. Do you know what I mean? They don't give a fuck at that point. But it's made with some of the most horrendous fucking substances you can fucking think. And they put levamisole in it as well. They put levamisole in it, almost all cocaine. Like, it's gasoline. Yeah, it's stuff like gasoline and meths and terps and fucking all that, like, all them kind of hydrocarbons and, like, loads of shit. But they mix it with levamisole, which is a dog worming agent, and it acts as a catalyst for the cocaine. So if you get 90% pure cocaine that's cut with 10% levamisole, it will be more powerful than 100% pure cocaine. It's insane. Don't know if I should follow through with a purchase of a litre of Eau Sauvage. The problem you've got there, Brandon, is you're never going to wear all of that amount of perfume. You're buying these, you're getting these large volumes of perfume, and they look brilliant and stuff like that. The problem you've got, right, is because it's one bottle, right? Like, I've got fucking 6, 7, 8 of these, right? Say if it takes me fucking 3 or 4 years to wear one of them, right? then like the other ones are all in separate bottles. Once you start getting in and using and consuming those bottles, right, you've got a problem, because then you've got a partial. I can sell full bottles off. You've got to sell a partial off, which is a nightmare. Because people, whatever, I mean, I say on the channel all the time, don't be scared to buy partials, but people are scared to buy partials. You know, I'm not trying to piss on your chips. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's like, I would rather have a multitude of smaller bottles, because as well, if you've got like a half-litre bottle of something, or if you've got like a 200ml bottle of something, and it starts to go off, that's all of it ruined, right? That's all of it ruined. If you've got 5 100mls and one of them starts to go off, right, you've still got the other separate from it, right? And there's less surface area. You're getting into territory where it's not going to be easy to control these things. Partials are dangerous, so many unknowns. Well, quite, but I mean, the thing is that the bottles Brandon gets are all pristine, so they've obviously been stored like and never touched. You know, he's not buying them from like a collector. You know, somebody hasn't used them. They're all full. They're all in pristine condition. They don't get handled. You should have seen the pictures he sent us of the Antaeus bottles last night. The pictures, like the script on the front has never been touched. It's never seen the light of day. You know what I mean? Whereas, like you can say on this Pavarotti, I've had this Pavarotti bottle out for like, what, 3-4 weeks, and the I of Pavarotti has disappeared. You know what I mean? Like, all of Brandon's are pristine. Like, they've never been out the boxes. Like, they don't get handled. Especially that really old vintage stuff where the chemicals that they use to write stuff on and the labels and all of that. All of that is like, it's not as good as it is now, so it degrades quicker. You know what I mean? So those bottles have been sat in boxes, or, well, no, they've been sat in boxes. It just depends what box, you know, not seeing the light of day, pristine. Favorite vetiver is still Anecdotales. I struggled with the Anecdotales. That's something else you should look into, Brandon. See if you can get those vintage Anecdotales. I am an electrician, but I'll never be fat, says Dushan. Go for an electrician's profession, Rich. Oh, to burp. I got sick of stinging up the joint. Yes, that's a good reason for getting into perfume. Saying fat electrician is beautiful. I mean, I got down well outside of here. Mad Duck. No. Why are you joking? Sometimes I'm stupid. Hermes Mad Duck. Maddock. Vintage. Voldenouille Eau de Cologne Montre Flacon. They're more like factices at that point when they're that size, you know. Thanks for your input. Those matters shouldn't be overlooked. Well, no, quite. You know, it's your money, it's your collection, it's your possessions. You do what you want, you know. Absolutely. I'm just... That would be my thoughts if I was taking all of that sort of thing. Them sort of things to me look better than... They look good rather than the practicalities of them. Does that make sense? Enjoying your reviews, Proddy. Keep it up. Brandon. Bravo. I think Jacques Guerlain's the best perfumer ever. People still enjoy hot dogs. Woof. Rich Mitch makes coke on the gaming channel when he plays Payday. Don't think my FBI agent would like it if I searched how to make cocaine. Do not do that. Let's hear it for Baby Skulls. Although it is very interesting. I find that stuff quite interesting, but it's not something I want to get involved with. You know what I mean? That way danger lies, and I really can't be arsed at this stage of my life. Half litre of Sullivan. You know too much, Duck, says Michael. Duck knows this stuff. Duck used to be a peaky blinder. Too much action, too much effort. Also, Duck has heard, says Mike. Partial minis are a tough sell. Partials are dangerous, Brano. You will make a great perfume museum. I like buying partials depending on the company's practices. If I like the fragrance but not them, my money doesn't go directly to them. Well, quite. Only bought a partial from a Nuge? Yes, I would only buy partials from a... Well, not only buy partials from a Nuge. But I would always buy them from someone of a Nuge's, standing. I wouldn't just buy partials from any fucker. You know what I mean? That said, I've done that before, but I wouldn't advise it. You know? You've got to make sure you've got some comeback, which is the thing with the Nuge. If something is not right and you tell the Nuge, it'll be made right. You know what I mean? Which is why I am happy to speak so highly of them. The chat has gone ballistic again. Stop that. I thought I was buying a brand new sealed perfume and it was fake. Says, yeah, well, I mean, I've been caught out with that as well. I like buying parcels. Oh, agree, says Attitude. Welcome, Attitude. Soy Inc. I understand where you were coming from. I bought a guitar that was rank. That fucking vetiver I bought by guitar was too much. It's just too much. No one letter on my Luciano, right? I bought a guitar that was rank, says Mike. Rich, have you tried Etro's Vetiver? Etro's Vetiver is great, very fucking thing. These matters shouldn't be overlooked, quite. I prefer Le Galion. Sorry, I type at a different pace than I think, says Michael. I know that feeling. KM, how are you? Is Etro Vetiver also dark and rooty? Yes, it's very similar. It's similar, yes. So your Etro Vetiver, you should be able to find bottles of it, especially in Italy, and it is quite like that. Excuse me. I've seen CK Shock at the top of a few good cheapie lists. Got a bottle and was disappointed. I don't like it. Cheapies, I mean, there's nothing better than a bargain. There's no problem with looking for a bargain. I've bought some fucking outrageous bargains in my time. The cheaper, the fucking better. You know what I mean? Don't spend a shit ton on perfumes that you don't like. Don't spend a shit ton on perfumes that you do like. Try and get as good a deal and cheap a deal as you possibly can. You know, it's a hard ask these days, though. It's not easy to buy cheap perfume these days, especially vintage. The fakes are getting way better. Yes, that's true. That's true of everything. That I've seen. That's one of the things about getting perfumes from reputable sources. You know, at the end of the day, the bottles are an invigorating art form for me. Yes, I would agree. I'm a massive appreciator of a nice piece of glass as well. Lalique, you know, glass making is an art within itself. Absolutely, it is. The story of Lalique and Coty is a very interesting one. Nick, I want a Chanel number 19. Can't decide. Labanouche, the EDT 19 is the most versatile. Stellar Art, bring me some Volvold in a wee. When is the new Haul of the Century going to be announced? I actually know the answer to that. And I'll be in touch. But everybody just needs to calm the fuck down. I'll be in touch with you, Galen, after the stream, which is going to end in a couple of minutes because I'm battered now. I've had good luck this far with buying and selling parcels on Macari. I'm not on Facebook, so don't know where else. Well, just look after yourself. Okay, thanks. I'll look for that one then. Yes, it is. It's really nice. I only have the 19 extra. I find it kind of waxy green. Very nice. Vintage EDT is better. The fakes are getting way better. Welcome, Eugene. How are you? The people have been asking that we stream together again soon, and that would be nice. Their Pour Homme and White are really good, and of course the Encre line. Lalique's a fabulous perfume house. They're really underrated. Like the stream, and I will tell everyone here what Rich tells me. Demi Rolling and Oda Eric are easy fakes to spot. Nice. Rest in peace, Julie Carey. Carey. French woman who had one of the best Lalique collections. They used to call her Ms. Lalique. You get people like that who get really like, they become synonymous with a brand. Yeah, I think there's something quite beautiful about that, actually. I think there's something quite beautiful about people who become synonymous with a certain brand. Been there before. You drive a hard bargain, always here. Hey, Brandon. And that is it, my friends. It is done. 52 people watching, 51 likes. I like that kind of thing. But I am going to make a crumpet. Or two, maybe. And then I'm going to send the pictures to everybody. If you want to join the Discord, I have fucking forgot the link because I am a silly boy. Lily has asked me a question on WhatsApp, and it's something I have thought about many times before, but I will have to talk to her. Where the fuck is the thing for the Discord? Pradeep? Oh, Pradeep won't have it. Pradeep's not on the Discord. Despite many calls to the fucking contrary, Pradeep is not on the Discord. People want Pradeep on the Discord, and he is not there. Oh, you have your eggs this morning, Eugene, says Lily. Filth. There's the link to the Discord, friends. There it is. Jack Attack says, enjoy your crumpet. Appreciate the stream and recommendations. I appreciate you coming by. Always welcome friendly new people. I am glad you are here. I'm glad you have found us and you have commented. I am glad for everybody who has commented and everyone who has joined us on the stream. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. And I will see you all again soon. Good night.